Oh, we know how you like it. Raw and uncut with DJ Baker.
Go out there, man. Do your thing. All right, go get it.
All right, let's continue. Here, the Streamer Boys. We're back to that again. Let's get back to Saucy Santana versus Chef D. Let's go, okay? This is going to be very interesting, okay? So remember when these two first got together? I remember I was not feeling this relationship. I didn't even feel it was real. And I thought Saucy could do better back then. You know, like some people said in the comments, I thought they were just bumping pocketbooks. You know what that is if you know what I mean. If you know what it is, you know what I'm saying. Even though I think that's a progressively now we think about it, that's really a stupid thing to say because we all know that there's sometimes that, there are versatile feminine guys that may, give you, Vogue feminist and, and all the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Give you all femme girl and all that, but, their penis still gets up and they'll stick it in something that's wet and tight. You know what I mean? 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 I think even bottoms. I mean, listen, I'm a big oral top, so my man's got to use his. Yeah. I'm about to go to town. Okay. I'm just saying. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I try to give grace to to Chef D on that one, right? But there was also something else I never felt I never felt it was authentic. I didn't feel it was authentic. You know what I mean? And I think that now Saucy Santana sees that again. A lot of these people are bloodsuckers. You know what I'm saying? I still think that what's his name with the bloodsucker on him? I can't think of his name. The one from was it Zell Swag? Where's Zell Swag today? And what is Zell Swag doing? Who is everyone following? Are the fans beating down Zell Swag's, on his live, trying to get with him and stuff? I've seen him on Bigo at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to hustle up $1.01. You know what I'm saying? You see Chef D just got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shabrika for getting the exclusive, even though Shabrika, Saucy feels it's a big, problem that you hiding in the background while you drag it. You letting him, Chef D drag Saucy. Like, Saucy thinks that you could have had a little bit more, loyalty to the bunch. But hey, listen, I get it, boo boo. Shabrika got to get the scoop. You know what I mean? Sorry, Saucy, but Shabrika got a job. Yeah, you know what I mean? Shabrika got a job. Do it again. Shabrika got a job. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to T.S. Madison. Shabrika got a job. Okay. And so, Shabrika got to do what Shabrika got to do. This is really on Chef D. Who wants to say that they use the colorist thing. All of a sudden, he don't like dark skinned boys, and he really like light skinned Spanish dudes. Oh, please! And here's Anthony. Anthony Uncensored under the comments talking about, yeah, I knew he was into me. I told y'all he was into me. I believe he was into you. I think he was into anybody who he can get his hooks into. We don't know this man for cooking. Chef D. If it wasn't the name, it wasn't in Chef. Wasn't in the name. We wouldn't know he's just chefing. He's never at nobody's party chefing. We don't see him chefing. Do you see him chefing? When's the last time you see him chefing? When's the last time you see him in a white coat? When's the last time you saw him with the little stupid hat on that the chefs have? When's the last time you saw him catering something? When was the last time you saw that man saying, hey, look at the food I made? You know what I mean? Look like he does more eating than cooking, but I'm not here to fat shame anybody because I love to cook and eat too. So you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Mm-hmm. I feel like Saucy Santana needs to get rid of these people. And I really mean that. I really mean that they need to get rid of these people. They need to he needs to cleanse these people. And not Rick Rosa. I think he needs to understand that Rick Rosa has a job. You know what I'm saying? And Rick Rosa is going to do what Rick Rosa needs to do. Shabrika, please. You know what I'm saying? Not Carisha, please. There's Shabrika, please. Okay? No one knows no Carisha. Who's Carisha? She's done. We're talking Shabrika, please. Shabrika, please. Okay? Don't come for my Shabrika. Okay? We get very defensive here. So we want to maintain that Saucy and Shabrika find some type of way that we can navigate this. It just so happens that you come under you just happen to be the source of the issue. But Chef D's out of prison. Chef D knew where to go. He knew to go to Shabrika because one, he knew it would probably it would get you to actually respond. And to be honest with you, what else does Chef D have but to start dragging you in? It's like how many people, when they it's let me stop. I don't want to go there. I don't want to say that. I was gonna go to Nico and Ray Potts. When every time Nico and Ray Potts need a little something, they start dragging each other. You know what I mean? They just start dragging each other for no apparent reason. All of a sudden, they're dragging each other. But it's the same thing. I mean, how else is Chef D going to be noticed? He knows that they're working on the new Bad Boys. He's hoping that probably he can get, seasoned up for Bad Boys. The only way he's going to do that is by creating drama with people he actually has drama with, and that's actually Saucy. Now, Saucy said, listen, we actually did have a relationship, sort of. I did care for him. I did care for him. And I believe you did. I believe you cared for Zell, too. But I also know that I don't think that you really were seeing them seriously as boyfriends, as males that you want to settle down with in the long run. This was just something that you were getting attention, and most of the guys that probably want to deal with you are probably hetero or DL. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that the only men that were into Saucy weren't the kind of guys that would be out and about, than that guys that would be out, but they would be more masculine? Even if they're out, they're more masculine guys, so they're probably not, in the, girl and all this other stuff in front of cameras and things like that. You know what I mean? What's that guy that he had, the boyfriend he had that he was online with for a little bit, and everyone thought that he was, he was straight. And he was like, no, that man is not straight. That man is gay. Y'all think y'all know everything about gay people. Y'all don't know nothing. But that one, I see someone like that. I see a basketball player. I see a football player. That's what I see for Saucy. I'm not gonna lie. I see me, a big, tall man with a lot of energy and a lot of spunk to hold Saucy down. And plus, Saucy likes money, and neither one of the motherfuckers got money. That Zellswag ain't got no goddamn money. That man is selling $800 headdresses. I don't know what he's doing over there. What was it? The do-rags, right? Remember the do-rags he was selling for $1,000? All of a sudden he thought he was making money? Fuck out of here with that. How long did that last? 2 weeks? And then Chef D ain't making no money. What money he making? That's why he in jail for scamming, for credit card scams and all types of scamming. He's scamming. These people are tricking. Come on now. Saucy's not tricking. Saucy's out here really earning a pretty penny out here on streaming. Shout out to TikTok. Who he said, he had got emotional talking about, getting that love and the audience loving and appreciating him. We love and appreciate Saucy Santana. We are going to ride for Saucy Santana. We are not riding with no Chef D. We're not riding for no talentless bums who think that all they're going to do is ride off my brother Saucy Santana. So what I'm going to say, and the Pink Mafia is going to say, is back off Saucy. Leave Saucy alone unless you come and correct. Don't come with no BS. I really can't wait for Saucy to get a true, real man. And I think we should do a dating game with Saucy Santana. Get him some good, some real, rough and tumble dudes that are ready to handle a man that they love and appreciate, that they're going to appreciate. I think that Saucy deserves a lot of love and appreciation and doesn't need this BS from these scum crumpers. You know what I mean? The bottom feeders. You know what I mean? Give him, that's what I said. This is the bucket. The bucket goes to Saucy Santana, okay? And shout out to Saucy. Give him extra strength. Give him that extra strength one. He gets the high volume one because my man Saucy deserves it. Saucy, you deserve a great relationship, a better relationship, a real man relationship. And you know what I mean. I'm not talking about whether you could have a guy that's unemployed and still be a real man because he knows how to go out there and get stuff done. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not all about money and finances. Sometimes it's about having their crap together. And that's what Saucy deserves. Someone who's going to bring something to the table. You know what I mean? You can always grow. You can always get better. You can always get that amazing job. Believe that. But these guys are not doing that. They're just depending on what Saucy can do for them instead of what they can do for themselves, and then bring something to the table so that they can offer some support to Saucy Santana. They can't support Saucy if Saucy goes down for any particular reason. They can't hold him down. What can they do? What can they do? Nothing. Saucy deserves better than that. And Saucy, shout out to you. All right, there we go. We're done. This is Streamer Boys, everyone. Shout out to Saucy. And we love you, Shabrika. Shabrika, please, is back. You know what I mean? That's how you come back. That's how you do it, okay? Shout out to Shabrika. Come back from the fight. And then you get the exclusive. All right? Download the We Are You Radio, everyone. That way you don't miss a thing.
Oh, we know how you like it. Raw and uncut with DJ Baker.
Go out there, man. Do your thing. All right, go get it.